Alright guys, welcome back to the Steiger channel, and today we're going to be doing a tug of war between two mighty giants back there. The last tug of war we ever did was Bearcat 3 versus Panther 1000, and the Bearcat 3 lost by a landslide. So today we're going to be doing another tug of war. Hopefully we don't break anything. So on my right, or on the screen, on the right side of the screen, is our 1978 Steiger Series 3 Bearcat that has a 300 horsepower Caterpillar 3306. It has somewhere in the range of 800 to 1,000 foot-pounds of torque because we pulled that engine out of a truck, so it's still got the road governor and everything. It has a Spicer transmission. I think the model number is SST1010. The axles are Raba K598. Tires are 18.4 bias Firestone 23 degrees, and the weight, according to tractordata.com, is 28,295 pounds, and it can be max fuel weighted up to 34,000 pounds. That was just according to, Steiger's books and brochures. 32,000 to 34,000 max fuel weight. And on the left side of the screen is our 1974 Allis Chalmers AC440 that was restored recently on the channel, probably last episode. And it's got a Caterpillar 3208 that we put from a Cat 613B scraper. The horsepower is 160, but it was remanned by Cat and they don't know the official horsepower stats. Torque, I would say 410, somewhere around there, 400 to 500, probably the low end 400. It's got the Fuller Eaton 4510 transmission. The Dana axles, or the axles are Dana A235. It's got 23-130 Galaxy bias ply tires. And the weight, according to tractor data, is 20,230 pounds. I don't know the max fuel weight of these tractors, these series ones. I would say 23,000, 24,000, but we don't know the official measurements and weights of both tractors, so we'll see what happens. My prediction is that the Bearcat 3 is going to win because it weighs more. Obviously, that's probably what's going to happen because tug of wars are weight and traction. The problem is for the traction is there's two theories in my opinion. My thoughts is that the skinnier tires are going to dig in and grip more, and the wider 23 ones are going to sit on the surface more and just float and spin, So I think a better demonstration of tire sizes would be the Bearcat 3 versus Cougar tug of war. So if this video does good, then we'll do that someday. But I'm really curious to see if the more traction on this tractor will win, or will the weight and skinny tires of that tractor win. I think that's going to win. It's got lockers in the front, so the fronts everything will spin. This one's open differential, so it's going to do a little bit of that. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get these tractors started up. Let's take them down, and let's do a tug of war. Let's see who wins. Put your thoughts in the comments below. One more time. Now that was awesome! Never before seen on YouTube. Bearcat 1 versus Allis Chalmers 440. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Peel out marks. Oh my god, these things are digging! Holy shit! Oh my god! Look at that! We're digging to China! Yeah, you know, it's safe to say that the Allis Chalmers lost. No surprise there. Wow. What was your guys' thoughts? Holy crap.
I'm surprised that the AC did so well against the Bearcat 3.
It was almost even in the beginning.
Well, once they dug in, that was it. They weren't going anywhere.
I can't believe how good that tractor did. It's got no water in the tire or anything.
Wait, does this one has water, right?
On the inside, halfway on the front and the back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It does have water in it.
So, I mean, this thing probably weighs around 30,000.
Close, yeah.
This one's probably around 20, maybe 21, 22. So, around a 10,000 pound weight difference, the tires make up for a lot of that. Now, as you can see, the Allis Chalmers dug in very deeply. Like that's pretty deep. That's very deep. I don't know how many inches this is. 3-4 inches deep. Bearcat 3, you know, it's hard to tell because it was going more, but wow, Steiger for the win. This is the aftermath. Look at that. So much carnage. Look at all that. Wow. I'm very surprised. Very nice. So I guess we disproved my theory on the skinny tires digging deeper than the bigger tires. That must be false, especially for this application. You know, like with the Goodyear LSWs are so wide that they float, but I guess 23-1s is not that wide enough to do that. Like these dug so down. Okay, yeah. Thought my phone was turning off. But yeah, see the Bearcat 3 didn't dig in very much. Unless it wasn't spinning, you know, the front and back weren't spinning as much as the AC 440, which seems plausible. I need to rewatch the footage. But this one dug in so deep. Got the cleanup crew. Gotta cover our tracks, literally. All right, guys, now that we've seen the results of these two beasts in action, we know who won, and we know by how much. Did the fight go as you thought it would? Put it down in the comments below. I was excited. I have my merchandise here, Steiger Heritage Club, not sponsored by the way. I was ready for that Bearcat 3 to win, but it was almost a tie. Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm totally flabbergasted. I can't believe that this tractor, this AC 440, did so well against the Bearcat 3, who's heavier, has skinnier tires, and has water on the inside halfway. This has no water, but good Galaxy tires, brand new, and they performed so well, and it struggled to pull it.
Yeah, this thing stopped that Bearcat 3. In my mind, that Bearcat 3 is insane, okay? And this thing stopped it. Open differential Dana's with Galaxies, right? So I did a tread comparison. I didn't think of this at the time, but I just looked at the tread. These Galaxies are so far apart, deep tread, right? You look at that Firestone 23 degrees, it's close together tread, and it's not super duper deep, right? So this thing bites so hard compared to that Firestone.
The reason why I bought these tires, I really like the tread. They're almost like an R1W, where they're wide footprint and they're deep like an R1. They're like in between an R1W and a standard tire. And that's why I like about these, because if you go into wet ground, it's gonna grip.
Oh dude, I can believe after seeing what it did to that dirt over there, that dry hard ground, it dug deep. So I'm impressed.
I'm impressed as well.
Like, so for the engine, right, this is the sticker says 160 horsepower, right? It took us forever to find the sticker. It was hard because there's so much grease, right? And so we called Cat, gave them the number, and they were like, yeah, you know, we have the records of us rebuilding it, but we don't know the horsepower, right? They don't have records of the horsepower or torque, right? So in my mind, I think that they rebuilt it as a 220 or 210, because there's no way this is a 160. The way how it performed, it was not like 160 horsepower.
No.
Comparing to a 300 horse monster, 3306,
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
It's a heavier tractor. This is lighter, and it stopped it. I think it's those tires and the engine. The engine has got a lot of power.
Yeah. I'm just really stoked that we didn't break anything. We didn't break an axle, we didn't break a hub, we didn't break a transfer box. I'd be really scared if we broke a transfer box. I would not want to deal with that. But
you know, the tires, like I said, they're Earth Pros, and they're just about an R1W, and the price point was good, and I knew they would perform well. That's why I got them.
Yeah, so the tires on this is Galaxy Earth Pros.
Pro.
Yeah.
Bias.
So they're bias, yeah.
R1, almost an R1W. That's what I think.
Yeah. And if you look at this tractor, the stacks, the sound, when you powered it up, it sounded good. I didn't hear much of the 3306, but this thing was just amazing. Well, anyways guys, I know this is the first video you've seen of this tractor driving and pulling something, but we have more for you in next week content. So if you want to see more of this AC440, stay tuned to the channel. We've got more videos coming, and that'll be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and comment down what you want to see next. We can't promise we're going to do every single Steiger Tug of War, but I would like to. I would like to do Bearcat 1 versus AC440, but we'll see how this goes, you know? So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, guys. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a second, guys. I just reviewed the footage, and I realized that we kind of just came to a collective decision that the Bearcat 3 won. Like, it was almost a draw, but the Bearcat 3 won, but we never really explained why we think the Bearcat 3 won. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of a clarification and breakdown. So after watching the footage, we can see that in the first and the third pull, the Bearcat 3 actually pulled the AC440 back some, right? And then the AC440 dug in and locked in, and then both these tractors just started hopping, right? So from that conclusion, out of the 3 pulls, 2 of the time, this Bearcat 3 pulled the AC440 out in that direction. Now, did it like totally pull it out of the world here? Did it pull it out of the park? Did it go down to the next field? No, it didn't. It just pulled it a little bit, like maybe 5-6 feet, maybe close to 10. So it pulled it to a point, and then it started hopping, right? So like obviously this tractor is probably around 10,000 more pounds, and it's already like, I don't know, almost 200 more horsepower. So it's like, this should win in theory, but the tires is what really kept this battle even almost to a draw. Again, this has rabbit axles, so both front sides, this side and the other side, are spinning at the same time, but the rear is actually open differential to what I know. And in the video you can see the back kind of does that, and then this side goes kind of like how that AC440 did. If you saw the second pull, you see how the AC440 yanked like this, right? The front was doing that, and then the back was grabbing and doing that. It was shaking like that. That's open differential when the left side it gets the power and then it transfers over and then it does that. So it's like it doesn't have the momentum that this thing could bring. So this thing in theory obviously is going to pull more, but in that tug of war scenario, once that AC440 dug in, this didn't have the pulling power to pull it out of whatever the AC440, what it dug in, right? This couldn't pull it out of it. It couldn't pull it past when it started making big ruts. So it was almost a draw, but technically this should win because it pulled the AC440 initially. It pulled it some distance. So that's why we think this tractor won. What do you guys think? Maybe some people would call this a draw. I mean, it was very close, but again, this thing pulled it some distance, so I still think this would win. And obviously, if you hooked it up to a ripper or something super duper hard to pull, this is gonna pull it better than the other tractor, but that's more of horsepower and torque and gearing. So in the tug of war scenario, it's always like power. There's not even power, it's weight and traction. And maybe it's a little bit of momentum, but they're both in first gear, so it's mainly weight and traction. And this had more weight, but the other tractor had more traction. So it was almost a draw, which is very surprising to us. But anyway, that's our analysis on it after watching the footage. Three different pulls. The second one was a draw for sure, but the first and third clearly show this tractor pulling it some distance before it's stopping and bouncing. So yeah, that was basically the fun that we had today, and I enjoyed it a lot. I really want to do more tug of wars. These are very interesting. So hopefully we can do some more fun and shenanigans on the farm, you know. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching this tug of war video, and we'll see you in the next one, hopefully.